What I love about Newcastle is the memories mostly. I grew up here and I have amazing memories spotted all over Newcastle. But something that fills me with peace and calm when I think about Newcastle these days is knowing that I have access to particular spaces. One of them is the end of the boardwalk at the beach. Another one is just sort of up from the bogey hole where, sort of near King Edward Park, where you can stand on the rail and just look out and see nothing but ocean. I need that as somebody who is kind of buzzing away with thoughts all the time and creative projects and lots of responsibilities. For me to be able to go to a place where I can just stand and see endless space, it's really good for me, and I love that about Newcastle. The spirit that I created when I was imagining who might have brought all of that space into existence for Newcastle, I started thinking about what that character or what that spirit might look like, and I imagined this kind of really big, almost cartoon-like jolly face, almost like Santa Claus, I suppose, but blue. And he's got this big flowing blue beard and sort of wavy blue hair and big cheeks, and he's just really pieced out and he kind of just grins, and I imagine he just came into Newcastle and he just kind of blew all of this lovely open space into existence. I imagine that if I were able to come face to face with that guy, that spirit who just kind of blew all of that beautiful open space into existence, I imagine he would come over to me and he might pick up on my kind of busy energy, and he would just look at me and give me this sense of calm with this kind of, I don't know, kind of wise aura, and he would just look at me and smile, and he would say, "Breathe, Jade." Because that's something I feel like I can do in spaces like that. I feel like I can look out to all of that room out there and just breathe it in, and it's such a nice change from the constant go, go, go. So he makes me feel really pieced out when I think about him. What I struggle with in Newcastle is the obvious things, and I know I'm not the only one, but our housing situation is becoming ridiculous, completely ridiculous. And as a single mum who works, 6 days a week, who has a university degree, it seems crazy to me that even with all of that hard work, I can't get ahead, or I can't even afford the basics of, to cover the costs of living, especially housing. And it kind of makes me question this model that we have, this nuclear family, everybody's in their little boxes, because what happens if there's just one of you and not two? What are we doing for each other to support each other? Not much. So I kind of imagine that crappy stuff about Newcastle is like, it all is, brought on by this horrible dude who is like old-fashioned and just thinks that, if you don't have money for a house, well, you're obviously not working hard enough, or just go out and get yourself a nice man. You still look good enough to get yourself a boyfriend, just can't you ask your friend to help you out with all the jobs in the backyard? He's kind of that guy. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it that, no, you can't just go and ask that guy, or it's hard. It's hard if you don't have a handout. And so I imagine that this guy has kind of got like an old suit on that smells like cigarettes, and his teeth are all yellow, and he's got horrid breath, and he's just like greedy, and he's got all of the houses and he's just keeping them for himself. And he's just kind of got this opinion about women like me that we're just clearly not trying hard enough. Yeah, that's what I hate about Newcastle.